All right, we're going to get into some commentary right quick. So we're going to run this, and I'm going to come back at the end.
Movie King, appreciate the support, C. Urban and Wiz. It's time. Tank and Haney is the biggest fight right now. No one else will give you a bigger fight right now. Respect to everyone. All right, let me stop it right there. Let me ask this question. Because I don't think people understand why it's not the biggest fight. So, Coach, Cal, when they say Devin versus Tank is the biggest fight right now, right? What would be the reason why it's not the biggest fight?
Kenny just said it. I thought we already went down that thing.
I'm just trying. They ain't here, so I'm just trying to get back to it so they can understand.
Kenny, run it to him. What's the biggest fight, Kenny? Why it's not the biggest fight?
You can't have the tickets set at one price and then drop them below half price the closer you get to the fight. You know, you can't bait people in with the fake ass ticket sale. The house is full, but they ain't really pay the money that it costs, you know?
Let me go here, Senior. I don't know the numbers when they sit down and look at his last fight and ask the questions that be asked at the table. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I know the numbers, 40,000 people.
So this is what I say, right? And this is where the problem and the discrepancy is going to come in at. We all know the price that Tank deserves for the fight, because he's going to carry the fight, because we seen Devin's previous fights and what they did. But when Devin come in and think that he's worth this same amount, talking about 50-40, 60-40, that's what stops the fight from happening, because we see that you're not worth what you're trying to get, but because you just, we want to fight Tank. No, Rolly Romero wanted to fight Tank. Ryan Garcia wanted to fight Tank. Pitbull Cruz wanted to fight Tank. You know why? Because they took the number that was given to him and they made whatever they made out the back.
God damn.
Wow, man. A lot of what was said here is actually relevant. First, let me start with shit that nobody can deny. We're questioning if this is a big fight or not. We all know it's a big fight. And it'll especially be a big fight because this is the first time boxing fans is going to consider Gervonta having a real fight. So it's going to bring the eyes naturally. Now, when he talks about Ryan wanted to fight, Pitbull wanted to fight, and all this stuff because they accepted the number that they gave him. Of course they're going to accept that number. Rolly, underachiever. Ryan, underachiever. Pitbull Cruz was nothing. His loss to Gervonta made Pitbull Cruz's career. Devin Haney is leagues above every last one of them. Plus undisputed. So trying to compare Devin Haney to Rolly and Ryan? No. But like I say, if you ever want to shut somebody down, just embrace what they're talking about. So let's embrace it. Okay, he's asking for too much money. Once again, do you know how we're going to nullify that? It doesn't matter. Why? Because although they're trying to pretend like this fight is not big, the Saudi prince is willing to pay Gervonta Tank Davis whatever he wants, because more than just making the fight, he wants to make that land the new home of boxing. So he's going to pay you guys whatever you want to get the fight made so it can be made over there. So it doesn't matter about the money that Gervonta is asking for, because the prince will give him anything. And do you know what Gervonta said? He needs 2 fucking Ferraris. Is that all it takes to get this conversation started? Is 2 fucking Ferraris? You sold yourself pretty cheap and you can't be hard to please. So what's the holdup? And most importantly, shutting the fight down, talk about it's not a popular fight. This is what I'm going to end it with. And this is the biggest nail in the coffin you can come up with. How in the hell could you say that? But you sold us Tank Davis versus Rolly Romero. something that I think that I wouldn't even pay for. But even I paid for that idiotic ass fight that there was no way in hell they were supposed to get me to reach down in my pocket to pay for it. But I appreciate the salesmanship, and they did. And plus it's Tank, and I fuck with Tank. But truthfully, that fight is garbage to make. Did you win with that fight, or did you take a loss with that fight? The point is, if you can make Gervonta Tank Davis versus Rolly Romero and get people to pay for that shit, how in the world, why the fucks could you say this ain't a big fight? That's asinine. It's an oxymoron fucking statement. These dudes is just spinning plates. That's all. This conversation wasn't nothing but treading water, because everything I said just nullified every reason they brought up for it not to be, not to exist, and everything. That doesn't make no sense. Devin Haney is leagues above all them guys. So of course he needs to ask more. And if he's asking more, what do you care? The Prince will pay you whatever the fuck you want. Whatever. They're not shy about the cash over there, and you know that. But you're not even allowed to have that conversation. Because truthfully, you on house arrest, and I ain't talking about the judge. So stop that. Stop that. But I'm going to tell you this. This is the great part about having somebody like Devin. He put direct pressure on Tank and his team. Do you know how hard it's going to be for them to sell their next so-called garbage fight? I guarantee you, in some form, in some fashion, Gervonta Davis is going to have to step up his competition for the next fight that they're going to try to sell you. Whether it's a little jump or a small jump, it can't be what he was doing no more. And that pressure comes directly from Devin Haney. So they're trying to figure out to give you somebody that's going to suffice or justify them asking you for some pay-per-view. But now that we done seen what can be done, now we done seen what Usyk, Inoue, Joshua, all them has done. Hell, once you have steak, you ain't going back to Hamburger Helper. And I support Tank heavy. And I say I'll always buy his fights. I have to take that back. Because if I keep doing that, guess what? I'm contributing to the problem. Yep, I'm contributing to the problem. So therefore, although I like Tank a lot, bruh, you got to step up, man. And I'm tired of asking. I really am, bro. And between them two Ferraris in that purse, man, you leaving a sour taste in my mouth. It's time, bro. It's time. And this is the thing. It ain't like you don't got the talent. You do. Your team just don't believe in you. And therefore, that affected your inner confidence. Iron sharpen iron. And you've been sharpening your shit with plastic. That's the name of the game. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.
Yeah, I mean, we want to speak to Gervonta Davis. I reached out to him because we got some huge offers for him. You know, Bill knows those numbers, and we've got offers from around the world to stage that fight. Unfortunately, Gervonta didn't want to discuss them, but